Hello and Felcher, welcome to What's in this week's Oban Times with me, Kathy Griffiths.
Me, Owen Wild.
Me, Jodie Hagan.
And me, Sandy Neal.
As usual, we have lots for you in this week's paper and online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. We love hearing your stories and sharing them with others. So if you've got news, get in touch. You can also send in your photos. Contact us by emailing editor@obantimes.co.uk. Call us on 01631 568 000 or go to our social platforms including Facebook and X, formerly Twitter. Well, brace yourself, Oban. Town will be buzzing this weekend and beyond into next week. Not only is Oban hosting the Royal National Mod from Friday, drawing in big crowds, but it's also the Highland Cattle Society's 127th Autumn Show and Sale at the Livestock Centre. How about that? Culture to cattle. We've also been finding out about Coast Guards. The Coast Guard helicopters have suspended landings at 23 Scottish hospitals, including our own Oban, Mull and Fort William hospitals, after the accidental death of a woman in her 80s in Devon. You can read more about that in the Oban Times or go online to find out more details on that story. Over to you, Owen.
Thanks very much, Kathy. There's drama over on Islay surrounding the ferry, as its new vessel has been delayed, but there is some relief that Calmac have struck a deal over timetabling. Sticking with the ferry theme, what is the fate of two of Calmac's oldest major vessels, the MV Mull and MV Isle of Lewis? The duo, next on Calmac's chopping block, have an uncertain future, but we have an idea of what they could end up doing once their retirements start. The Oban petition to make rail labels on food products a legal requirement has closed, but the fight is not yet over. Oban RNLI is reminding the public that it cannot accept flares for disposal. Find out the right thing to do in this week's paper. And finally, a shoplifting spree in Tobermory has seen items ranging from painted stones to a sparkly octopus costume stolen. Find out more in this week's paper or online.
Thanks for that, Owen. And what have you got for us this week, Jodie?
Well, we are now a year on from Oban's devastating October 2023 floods, which caused destruction to homes and businesses. And last week, residents held a flood resilience meeting at Rockfield to make sure the town is prepared in the event of future flooding. The Scottish Flood Forum led a discussion about how an emerging resilience group could help the community, and people have been sharing their powerful first-hand experiences of how floods are impacting them. Are you interested in volunteering in the new flood group? Well, you can find out more in this week's paper. In other news, this year the NHS Organ Donor Register celebrates 30 years of changing lives, and a heart transplant recipient from Oban is encouraging everyone to have a chat with family and loved ones about their donation decisions, so that opportunities to save lives are not missed. You can read Marion's touching story in this week's OT or online. And celebrations were in order at Atlantis Leisure's annual general meeting, where Chairman Neil Matheson announced that 2023 was the best year in the charity's history. So some very good news there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jodie. Now, Sandy, you're masterminding our mod coverage. I hope you've been brushing up on your Gaelic.
Well, yes, funny you should say that, but you can join us on our website for your own guide to everyday Gaelic. You can find out more. At this point, we move on to a new wee chapter for Whitwat, the Mod Pod. Oban will be bustling with the lively sights and sounds of the Royal National Mod from this Friday, as the annual celebration of Gaelic language and culture returns to its hometown. Our very own Mod Squad will be out gathering all the news. You can follow all 9 days of Mod events from Friday, October the 11th to Saturday, October the 19th across the town via our live newsfeed and day-by-day guides on our website, www.westcoasttoday.co.uk, as well as in our weekly newspapers. See you there.
Thank you. Tab Alive, Sandy, I hope I pronounced that right. To keep up with what's happening, pick up a copy of this week's OT from all the usual shops and retail spots or subscribe online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. That's it from us this week. Have a good week ahead. Enjoy the mod. Goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
Goodbye from me, Owen Wild.
Goodbye from me, Jodie Hagan.
And goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Cheery!